Hey guys, it is Meg Monday, and today we are talking about the best advice that I ever got from my dad was actually the hardest to hear. The reason why I say that is because when I was a senior in high school, he told me that I needed to stop living a facade. And that's what I had been doing for probably about 4 years, all through high school, basically. That stung. I'll be honest. I was like, what? And he went on to say something that I will never forget. He said, Meg, if you are always lying to yourself about who you are, how are you ever going to tell the truth to others? And it's something I've carried with me forever because I feel like if we don't practice honesty with ourselves, how are we supposed to communicate with the world? And let's be honest, being honest, let's be honest, being honest with ourselves is hard because it might sound like um, I'm jealous, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, I made a mistake. Being honest with ourselves sometimes is acknowledging the things that we're really trying to hide or cover up or don't even really want to face. But if we're not facing them with ourselves, how are we ever going to have honest conversations with others in our family, in our business, in just the way we show up in the world? So, another thing about living that facade that as I've lived a few more years since high school is it's actually exhausting. I mean, think about it when you are telling a lie. You then have to lie again because you've lied, and then you lie, and then you lie. And anybody who tells me that they don't know what I'm talking about, they're lying. We've all done it. It's one of those things that one lie perpetuates more lies. And that goes for not just what we tell people, but also with who we are. I've talked to so many people who have said, one day I woke up and I didn't know who I was. And that resonates with this message because guess what? If we're not being honest with the people um, in the mirror, how are we supposed to really know who we are? Um, and let's be clear, self honesty helps communication with others so much better because when you know and are confident and are filled with security in your own right, you know who you are, you can show up in the world in conversations with your spouse, with your children, with your bosses, with your employees, whoever that is. You can show up as your best self because you know thyself. And it's funny because how many times have we gone through life pretending not to know something's going on, but you really know something's going on? You just kind of push it in the back burner. Or, sometimes you just avoid conversations or things because you're like, oh, that's too touchy, that's too much, I just don't want to go there. Or maybe it's even you're working so hard to convince people that you are something that you're really not. I don't know if this is resonating with anybody else, but 17-year-old Meg, it hit. It hit the nail on the head. And I must say, I am forever grateful for that piece of advice to stop living the facade. Because, guys, if we are not honest with ourselves, how will we ever be honest with anyone else? Hope this has been helpful and hope you guys have a great rest of your week.